Daily. This is one of the last two videos in this series. I'll be sharing with you today my process for days 23, 24, and 25. And then tomorrow I will share with you the final walkthrough of the album days 10 to 25. And so you guys all voted. I believe I have counted all the votes. You should have gotten a little note from me saying that I counted your vote to name the deer, our sweet little deer friends who came to visit us. And so it was almost a unanimous vote for Peppermint. So meet Peppermint, and for Holly. So meet our friends Peppermint and Holly. You guys had such great suggestions. Miss B, I think it was you that suggested Peppermint and Holly, and I love those names and love your suggestion, and I'm so glad that you guys had so much fun naming them, and they have been great little friends along this journey. So before I dive into the process videos, I wanted to just share a little takeaway. There's a takeaway in everything. Whenever things don't go exactly the way we planned or hoped or wanted them to, there's always a takeaway. And this December Daily project has been a learning experience for me. And here's what I want us all to take away from this experience. I set out last September, October, I set out to try something different. I set out to try December Daily in a traveler's notebook. And I didn't know how it was going to go. I didn't know if I was going to love it. I didn't know if I was going to hate it. In the end, I really did love it, and something unfortunate happened. So I'm not going to throw out the baby with the bathwater. I love traveler's notebooks and love seeing what other folks do in their traveler's notebooks to document December. I think that's an amazing way to tell these special stories. I did learn that I prefer the mini album and the pocket pages and that way of telling those stories. There's something for me personally about the pocket page process that just feels more intuitive, and it helps me parse it down. It helps me to break it down into those 3x4 and 4x6 pockets, and to not feel, I don't feel like I have to invent the wheel every time. The page protector sort of does that for me. And I've been doing this project for 10 years. So I think that 10 years is a great amount of time to figure out what your jam is. But the takeaway for this project definitely has been to try new things. Don't be afraid to jump off into a new adventure and to just try it. You may hate it. You may absolutely love it. You may hate it and love it. You may decide that a different direction is the best for you. And the important thing is that you tried. Whether you were successful or whether you failed. Whether you had 3 million views or you had 3 views. The important thing is that you tried. Whether you had 10 likes or 1 like. The important thing is that I want you to try, and I want you to be unafraid. Unafraid of failing, unafraid of succeeding. Incidentally, I feel like the December Daily that I did in a traveler's notebook, it was a success. Those layouts are beautiful. Those stories that I told are incredibly special to us, and I stand here very proud of the work that I've done. I also stand here very proud of the completed album. So let's jump in. Be sure to stay tuned for the chat after the process video, and I will be sharing the plans for August at that time. So let's jump in. All right, you can see here sort of what I'm starting out with. I have actually these 3 days, just a disclaimer here, these 3 days are gonna run together a little bit. So I'm gonna start out here with a vellum. This vellum is from a very old Dear Lizzie collection. She did a birthday themed collection like 4 or 5 years ago, I think. I can't even remember what it was called. But I'm going to start with that vellum, and it's like confetti coming down. I actually probably have it upside down. But anyway, it's fun. It's all fun and games. So I'm going to figure out here what I want to do with this transparency, first of all, or with this vellum. And I sort of go through a couple of different iterations here of trying different product and trying different chipboard stickers, different numbers, different embellishments. The journaling cards that you see here are from Paisley Press. I always want to get Pink Paisley and Paisley Press confused. So, but these are from the Paisley Press mini kit from last year. And then I have some of the puffy stickers and chipboard stickers that were also from last year's releases from Allie Edwards. And then I have this little iris case of word art, acrylic words, wood pieces, wood glitter words that a follower sent to me. These are items that don't fit in the cases, that don't fit in those little divided cases. But I found a little chipboard word strip in that iris case. And so I decided I would build on that, and I actually then decided that I'm going to leave the vellum as it is, and I'm going to put the embellishments on the photo itself. So the photo itself is our Christmas tree with all the presents underneath it. And so what we like to do in our family on Christmas Eve is, hopefully by then all the presents are wrapped and everything is ready. So we have the kids bring the presents downstairs, and we put them all, arrange them around the tree and take pictures around the tree and just sort of soak in that anticipation. And this is actually on the 23rd. We celebrated Christmas on the 24th last year because of visitation schedules and things like that. And so the photos are of the kids bringing the presents down, and it's always a lot of fun. They run up and down and bring in the presents, and they're excited and they're chatty, and it's just a really happy time. And of course, my favorite part is seeing the Christmas tree all decorated with all the presents around the tree, and just soaking in all that love and all that excitement. So this is probably my favorite layout in the album. Don't get me wrong, I love opening the presents too, but I love these moments here where we're just so excited and so happy. So that was day 23, and then I'm moving on to day 24. I went back to the Celine Studio Home for the Holidays collection and printed a couple of journaling cards and a journaling spot for day 24. I always save the Celine Studio collections for Christmas Day and for opening the presents. They just have a magical quality. Every year, I am never disappointed by the holiday collections that Krista designs. They do just help convey the magic of that day. So for photos here, I have this 6x8 photo with a white border of the view looking down into some of the presents. We don't really do stockings here. I discovered about myself that if I fill stockings, they become overflowing and they're not big enough. So we do like Santa bags here. And so there are 4 bags that have, you guys have seen, we put snacks in there and treats and little fun games and things like that. So that's why there's not stockings here, in case you were wondering. But it's just a photo from above, looking down over the presents and the trees, the branches from the tree in the frame as well. And so I used a journaling spot from Celine's studio. It has 3 little slots, and so I know I want to do a wooden button in the top one. And then I'm just playing around with some different options of how to fill this little spot here. And I found this Good Cheer. They're from Pink Fresh Studio from a couple of years ago. And I'm gonna just staple those onto the journaling spot here. I need to get some more staples for my tiny attacher. And so I pretty much, stapling these little transparent elements, that's pretty much my go-to. And then I'm gonna adhere that back down and add a glue dot to that little wood button, which incidentally, the wood button has a little stocking on it, but we didn't have stockings, but that's okay. Just a funny little detail there about our family. On the facing page are, of course, the photo of the kids under the tree that we take every year. I always make a big deal about getting that photo. And I'm gonna just add a simple word strip to that photo. And then there's photos of our 2 boys, Addison and Nick, opening their presents. So when I'm printing photos from the day of, I print 1 photo of each child opening a present. In Natalie's case, she is actually bringing me a present. So just to highlight each child and make sure that each child is included in these layouts. And then I also print a couple of photos of our relationships together. If you've taken any of my classes, then you know that I am about documenting our relationships together. And so that's why I have included the 4x6 photo of all 4 kids. And then you'll see 2 4x6 photos here as well that just show sort of a stepped back view of the events from Christmas Day. And so again, using 2 cards from the Home for the Holidays collection. And of course, I will link those products down below, and highly recommend that collection if you don't have it already. This little Mary card, I love how there are opportunities here for little embellishments. And so there were these little burgundy stars that came from Studio Calico a couple of years ago. And so I'm just gonna adhere those in the same sort of random pattern, just to add a little bit of color and a little bit of dimension. And then you'll see that I added a little Christmas tree shaped paper clip to the photo, and I'm also going to add a little word strip. And I also added the little cork Christmas tree. That little Christmas tree was from the Allie Edwards main kit. So flipping the page, and then we move on to Christmas morning breakfast. And so I used the Eat, Drink, and Be Merry card. Perfect for our Christmas breakfast. We always make a big deal about having a big a big fun event. We had those chocolate crepes that you saw earlier. We had banana bread and eggs and all kinds of yummy stuff to eat. And that again is another favorite layout of mine. Just those moments together, just laughing and hanging out together. I'm going to use this card as my main journaling card here, and then that leaves the back of that 4x6 page protector is the last page, and I have a few little feelings about finishing up this album. Every year it's kind of an emotional experience to finish these up, a good emotional experience. And I hope that if you're working on your own albums that you'll stick to it until you get to the end. I'm going to use this simple black and white patterned paper from crepe paper and some of these some of these gold puffy words, Merry and Bright, as the last page in the album. And with that, it's done. I'm going to, of course, share a few close-ups with you. You'll be able to see the full pages on my blog at larkindesignTM.com. And, of course, I will be sharing a full walkthrough video of the album itself. So that brings July to a close. It brings Scrappy Christmas in July to a close. Crafty Christmas in July is now closed. And I am so excited that you guys have joined me on this journey. So I've received questions about what am I going to be doing in August. And so I have to say that the last 2 months, June and July, have been really exciting months here and have been a lot of fun sharing the travel series with you and the December Daily series with you. And those are both really demanding schedules. I know that maybe doesn't make sense. Theresa, you only publish 2 videos a week, but it has been demanding. And so for August, I'm going to take a break from doing YouTube videos and from blogging, and there's some specific reasons. I'm actually not taking a break from my work. I have some big things that are going on behind the scenes, and so I'll tell you a little bit about what's happening. The Larkin Design blog is being completely reworked and redesigned, and I'm so excited about that. So there's going to be a little bit of downtime needed for that to happen, and that is going on right now, and I need to make sure that my focus is on that. There are things that need to change with our product listings and things like that. Just a whole big behind the scenes thing that will be revealed probably in September. I also am working on my next class, and so I will be doing announcements about that coming up in August. And so, of course, I am really crazy into creating the content for that class right now. Really excited about what's coming with that. I'm also doing some professional development, some personal development things in terms of life coaching and personal recovery things from my trauma right now that I really need to focus on as a personal investment in myself. And obviously anything that I invest in myself becomes an investment in Larkin Design, and it becomes an investment in my creative life. So I'm going to step back a little bit from the YouTube scene. I will still be doing my creative team commitments. You'll still be seeing me with those layouts, and those remain as they are. And so that is pretty much it. I will be coming back in September again with a bunch of new things, and in September what I'm hoping to do is a big Project Life Finish It thing. I have my 2018 album that I still need to finish. It has like 2 layouts that I need to work on and get done. So September is going to be a Project Life focused month. So look for that. I will miss sharing videos. I have loved talking with you guys personally, one-on-one, through these voiceover videos. I know today has been a little bit longer than normal, but I think that it's appropriate, and I definitely am so thankful to you guys for your support, for your comments, for watching, for following along. We could not do this as artists if it weren't for you guys watching and supporting us and encouraging us. And that is as important as all the pretty papers and the memories, is the friendships that we're making here. So thank you so much for being here. I will see you back in the next video, you guys. Have a happy summer. Bye-bye.